This machine needs a bath, so it's time to do some electrical work. I'm taking apart the pedal. It has a crack in the back of it, which I'm going to point out a couple times as I work, right there at the tip of the screwdriver. This is a carbon pile pedal, so it just pushes on a pile of carbon discs, and the more pressure on the carbon discs, the more electricity can flow through them. So this machine pedal is Sears branded. You can look at it and see how filthy the machine is based on the pedal foot area and how brown that is. But I took apart the pedal as far as I could. After I got the wires off and the carbon pile out, the rest of the pedal is riveted together. So to repair that crack, I'm just going to use super glue. There's not really a lot of room for JB cold weld or anything. So I'm taking the wire off of it, and there's no strain relief, and the grommet that should be in this pedal is missing. So I don't know if somebody was in this pedal before and that's how it ended up cracked. But I did take the carbon piles out and check the discs in them. There are 48 discs in one side and 49 in the other. I was checking to see if there were any cracked or broken discs because that can negatively affect the way these pedals work. And if you're having issues with one, definitely take it out, check the discs to see if there's any cracked or broken ones in there. But all the discs in here were good. The pedal is riveted together here, so it's going to get scrubbed up in the sink. And the lever to press on the carbon piles is riveted onto the ceramic carbon pile holder. So I'm going to probably just super glue it back in. It shouldn't get warm enough to break the super glue, and super glue is a good way to sturdy up rivets that aren't really under a lot of stress. That rivet is held together pretty well, and also it, I believe, presses on other parts of the pedal when you push the thing down, so that should be fine. Once I had the carbon piles apart, I removed the rest of the wiring from the sewing machine body. All that's left is the light. So I removed the light switch and all the brackets holding the wiring for the light and light bracket out of the machine body. When the machine body has all the wiring out of it, then I can take it and just stick it in the tub to wash it. This machine was so filthy, I did take it to the tub. I used some Castile soap, which is like Dr. Bronner's brand, but it's to remove some of the grime, and then I moved on to a degreaser cleaner. I think I had Simple Green, but whatever you have that you prefer. And then I tested out some P-Blaster. I also use WD-40 penetrating fluid to help wash because it will dissolve oil and grease, but it isn't necessarily going to attack paint. And sewing machines were designed to only be lubricated with sewing machine oil, which is very mild. So some of them can have finishes that are easily damaged by harsher chemicals. I also used a bit of brake cleaner, non-chlorinated brake cleaner, because it's good at blasting grease and stuff out of the way, but some brake cleaners can attack paint. So I tested it first by spraying a little bit on the underside of the machine since the entire machine was painted top and bottom. If the brake cleaner had attacked the paint on the bottom side of the machine, I would not have used the brake cleaner to finish cleaning the machine. So once all the brackets are off of the wiring here, there's space in the casting to just slip the entire wiring and harness straight through the middle there. And this is going to go into the tub and get scrubbed up. I spent 2 or 3 hours scrubbing this machine to get all of the grime and oil and tar and pet hair out of it. But in the reveal for the finished cleaning process, I will have some side-by-side to show before and after how much grime was on this machine and what color it really was. When I put it back together, I'm going to have to make sure that all of these clips for the light wiring are back in place, because if the wiring moves in the machine and gets cut by the mechanism, it can energize the machine and electrocute you. So for these old machines, make sure you get all the wiring fastened back in exactly where it came from to keep it from getting into the mechanism and causing a dangerous situation. But after we get the machine cleaned out, we'll take another look at the pedal and decide how much of the rest of the wiring needs to get redone.